Yo guys, welcome back to the College Cooking Show. On tonight's episode, we're making a homemade red sauce in under 10 minutes and with only 4 ingredients. Can't get easier than that. Let's get cooking. I'm a private chef, cook for money, yeah. Alright guys, so homemade red sauce. This is very, very easy to do. It's a really basic sauce and it's very root. All you're gonna need is an onion, 2 cloves of garlic, a can of tomatoes. It can be diced, it can be whole. These are peeled and whole. I'm gonna crush them up, I'll make a sauce, but if they're already pureed, that's fine. Just don't use like a jar of tomato sauce. We're gonna replace that. We're not using the Prego, we're not using any of that shit. So what we're gonna do to start off, I have some water boiling. This will be for our pasta. I'm gonna show you guys just how fast everything goes. So this is boiling. I'm gonna get that nice and salted for when we throw our pasta in. You want plenty of salt whenever you're making pasta. This is really the one time you get some seasoning on the noodles themselves is in the boiling process. So load that fucker up with salt. And then what we're gonna do, just take our onion and we're gonna dice that up. Just a fine dice on the onion. Now let's do the same thing with the garlic, just a fine slice on those. And with the garlic, if you want to get into a really fine paste, this is all you do. Crack some salt over it, and that abrasiveness of the salt is gonna help grind it down. And then just take your knife, get that crushed down. Before you know it, you're gonna have yourself a nice smooth garlic paste. It's always nice, I think, to get your garlic as fine as you can because nobody wants a bit of raw garlic right in one bite. That's no fun. So get that all nice and smooth. It takes an extra 30 seconds, but it makes all the difference. Now we start. Let's get our saucepan on and let's get going. We're gonna go on some medium heat and then hit that right away with some olive oil. Olive oil goes in. But all right, once the oil is nice and hot, we'll go in with the onions first. We're gonna hold off on the garlic because garlic cooks a lot faster and it's gonna start to burn before these get all the way sauteed. So you always wanna hold off on the garlic. We're gonna add it after we're gonna give these like a minute or 2 head start. Just give those a shake, give them a quick toss in the pan. Now let's hit that with salt and pepper. Now, especially when we're making sauces, it's important to build flavor at every level. So season at every level. Every time something new goes in the pan, add a little bit more seasoning, a little bit more salt, a little bit more pepper. That'll keep it flavored, that'll keep it nice. Now we're gonna add our chili flake in right at the base here. And this is optional. If you don't want a little heat, I like a little kick in my red sauce. So if you don't want that, don't use chili flake. Beautiful, and it already smells amazing in the kitchen. Whenever you're sauteing onions, sauteing garlic, everything's gonna smell good. We don't want these to get too much color on them. We don't really want to caramelize them because that's gonna add a lot of sweetness to the dish. And tomatoes are already sweet. We just want them to sweat through and to really become translucent. While we give those a quick head start, why don't we get these tomatoes crushed? I'm gonna open my can of tomatoes. Now these are whole peeled tomatoes. Again, I was saying if you could find them crushed already, that's basically just like a tomato puree. That's good. I don't know. Sometimes people argue that you're going to lose flavor quality if you're using already pureed tomatoes. So I just like to do it by hand. It's a 1 extra step, but I think it's worth it. Okay, so like 2 minutes in now, after those have become a little bit translucent, we can go ahead and add the garlic. We want to be quick though. We're going to add the tomatoes pretty quickly after the garlic goes in because it does not take long to cook, like I said. So just give that a stir. So once you can smell the garlic, once it's become fragrant, that's how you know it's cooked, it's cooking. You don't want to go any more than that before adding some tomato sauce. So let's go in just with like the residual sauce and then we'll crush those tomatoes up because they're still whole. So just get a little sauce in there and then we'll come in with the other tomatoes and just break them up. I should put an apron on because if this sprays on my shirt, I'm not going to be happy. And then just look, I'm just crushing these, I'm just breaking them up. I'm gonna leave them kind of whole so it's still a little bit rustic. And my hands are clean, by the way. Never do anything in the kitchen with dirty hands. They should always be clean. We'll give these just a nice crush. This is really gonna add that homemade touch to it because you're gonna have different shapes of tomatoes. But these have been peeled, so the skins are off, so we don't have to worry about any of that. It's getting close to my shirt, I don't like that. Crush, crush. Beautiful, and then pour just the rest of that tomato juice in. Look at that, give that a stir. Okay, now once that comes up, turn it down to a low simmer. Let's get rid of this, we put that in the sink. Is this on fire? Is this, fuck, my cutting board's on fire. We're gonna add some more salt and some more pepper. And always just taste as you go, taste, taste. Okay, you should just barely be able to taste the salt. That's how you know the salt level is right. This is the point where if you want to blend your sauce and make it all smooth, feel free, you can. I quite like it a little bit rustic with some chunks of onion, some chunks of tomato in there. But if you want, feel free just to get it. I mean, I'll break it up a little bit just to show people too. I hope this doesn't spill everywhere. I put my apron on. All right, see that? Good thinking, staying clean. Now, you don't have to use a hand blender. You can spoon it into a regular blender, a magic bullet or whatever and do it that way. I just happen to have this handy. Oh, look, I'm not even spilling. I'm gonna do like a half blend. So leave half of it open, half of it blended. That'll be perfect for me. Okay, I like that. We're right in between chunky and smooth. We're gonna go right in with the noodles, right into the sauce. Because we want to drag some of that pasta water over there with us. So don't even dry them all off, boom. Water in there, water's gonna help thin the sauce out. Get all the noodles in though. Don't make a mess. Noodles in, noodles in. And now just give that all a nice toss. Oh, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. Wow. Fuck, I caught him. Let's go in a little bit of pepper, a little bit more salt, just to finish it off. And now, if I went to the grocery store and actually bought some stuff, I have a nice fresh Parmesan and I'd grate all over the top. Unfortunately, it's a very sad, sad night. I don't have any cheese. Oh well, what can you do? Let's grab a plate and just spin some of these noodles on. Sauce right on top. Fantastic. I burned my hand. I can already tell it's burning because I stuck it in the pasta water. Fight through it, oh well, oh well. Let's go in for a bite. Give it a twist. Hot. Yep, yep, yep. There it is. There it is. Look at that. It's just the freshness. This beats anything out of a jar 10 times out of 10 because it's fresh. It's made, and look, it took 10 minutes to make. It still is just, it's so simple, but it tastes so good. Fresh is always better. Always, always better. Guys, this one's so easy to make. I will see you next time on the College Cooking Show. I'm Chef Donny. Are you kidding me? Right at the end, I flicked it down. Now I gotta go do laundry. I gotta get this stain out. Guys, I'll see you next time on the College Cooking Show. I'm Chef Donny. Peace. Fuck me.